relatively unscathed, but I think that, yeah, that didn't work out, and Batty played incredibly well. There were moments early where it looked bad for him, where Gusnator was just able to get those trades back and forth. But in the end, Batty had a very strong game, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do going into this one.
Yeah, I'm going to be excited for this one as well. Apologies if you can hear the cat in the background. I'm sure you all saw her walking around right there. I think she should go outside. Yep, all right, there she goes. So yes, into the picks and bans, and we go in this. As you can see, the ban's already coming down. Some familiar faces as Senna, Gangplank, and Aurelia are all going to be banned away, but this time the set being taken off from Ozo, and we saw the set do some pretty crazy things. That triple kill tower dive was one of them. Stole the kill away from Batty, but that's A-okay. He wanted it himself and did put that to use, so smart to see that banned away, but it did leave the Wukong open, and Ozo's like, thank you very much. I'm just going to go ahead and take a couple Cyclones for my team.
Yeah, I think they banned out the Wukong last game because they didn't want to give it away. Then they gave the set away, and it was even worse. So I think that Wukong has been very strong since he has been started playing. He's very strong in the top. He's very strong in the jungle. So I like the fact that Swinburne is picking up that J4 just off the bat. There is nothing you want less than a J4 Wukong combo. So I think that getting that off the map right up now and early is probably a good thing for Swinburne.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to go ahead and pick up the Yuumi again as well. Pinch actually did quite a good job on the Yuumi before. We saw the poke early in the game really give Batty a hard time, not to mention some of those final chapters actually did do their job and really separate University of New South Wales. Unfortunately, when separated, the University of New South Wales was actually stronger at fighting, almost as they didn't really want to be in those grouped fights, but still saw some good ultimates out of the Yuumi, and that is a Vayne lock-in for Batty, and that's a statement.
That is a statement pick right there. Vayne is one of those feast or famine scale champions where if you get ahead early, you are just going to monster through everyone. And even if you don't get ahead early, the later it gets, the stronger you get. So that's a bit of insurance there for the side of UNSW, as the Lulu Vayne getting picked up for the side of UNSW. That is a scary, scary bot lane.
That definitely is. I mean, we all know Vegan Bandit on his Enchanter support, so he's going to be happy to take this one, as we're going to see the Twitch locked in response. So a little bit of cat and mouse action happening for Swinburne down below to take on the Vayne Lulu. Now, this is interesting because Twitch is also kind of one of these feast or famine AD carries, so you need to get some items on him and he can just pop people, or he will get popped every time he reveals himself. So that's going to be very fascinating to watch. I do like the J4 Yuumi combo that Swinburne has put together. We still don't know the jungler for the University of New South Wales side. What we do know is we won't be seeing a repeat performance of Mincam on the Shyvana.
Yeah, we won't be seeing the Shyvana repeat. Currently, they have the option to put the Wukong in jungle, if need be. So they have the top and jungle sort of flexed right now, so Swinburne doesn't really know, so they have to either respect by banning one each or just going straight down one, in which case they'll probably just put...
Yep.
Well, he's going to have a fine... Wukong will be fine versing GP, if we're going to be honest. So, taking on that J4, he should be A-okay to do that.
Okay, so real quick, slightly off topic. This is what I go through every day. Just something I wanted to bring into everyone's attention right now. We all saw me let the cat out, like at the start of this picks and bans, right? And if you take a look over my shoulder, look who wants back inside. It was, how long was that? 2-3 minutes? This is my life when I'm casting. This is what I go through.
2 to 3 minutes, yeah. Well, the cat had its fun.
Yeah, I want back in here and get back in. Anyways, we're seeing more jungle-focused bans coming out of Swinburne, more top lane-focused bans actually coming out of University of New South Wales. And what I like about what the University of New South Wales is doing, they're banning away tanks. Ozo wants to duel. He wants to fight, and he wants to win lane. He's like, no safe picks. Ornn, get out of here. Maokai, get out of here. You're fighting me this game. And I'm curious if Swinburne is going to fall back on like some mysterious third tank, maybe something like a Malphite or something up top, or if he's going to accept this challenge that Ozo is laying out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely an interesting pick, because with the Ozo in the top lane potentially, that's really going to either force the duels to come out or something along those lines. Whereas the Vayne, wow, the Rengar finally getting picked up.
I am really liking this team University of New South Wales is putting together. Not necessarily because I think it's the strongest team comp, but it's going to be a fun one. If they get a lead, they are not letting it go. Sure, lock in that Cassiopeia as well. A Wukong Cyclone is enough frontline. You'll need to protect yourself. Okay, Syndra makes a lot more sense. I like that pick a lot more, and I'm hoping they go for the Syndra and not the Cassiopeia. Thank you. That's good. And I was right. The Malphite.
The Malphite getting picked up.
So, unfortunately for Ozo, GP not willing to take that dueling challenge. Is going to be going to take the Malphite top unless it's a hard AP Malphite. I do feel as if Ozo's just going to shove that lane in all day, every day, and this is definitely going to be a spicy matchup.
You know, I was waiting to see the UNSW switch up where they put the Vayne in the top lane and the Wukong in the AD spot. I've seen it before. It's a spicy tactic, but I don't think we're going to see that today. Baddie is going to have an absolute blast in this game, hopefully, if he can get some kills, because he is just going to shred his way through Swinburne's team, including GP, if he's not careful.
Yeah, and it's not just Baddie that I feel Swinburne need to be careful of. Mincam on this Rengar, I'm putting that as like almost a priority one for Swinburne. I might be a little bit of recency bias here. I don't know how many people saw, you know, UQ's high school league yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Rengar was locked in that one. I think he was legendary by the 12-minute mark. And that was needless to say, that team won, and the Rengar carried pretty hard. Granted, he did get accelerated a bit by unopportune invade coming from a Zac. I'm not sure what Zac wants to invade a Rengar at level 2, but hey, he went for it. Didn't work out, and next thing you know, Rengar has 5 kills at like the 6-minute mark. So I don't think we're going to see that in this game, especially with Jarvan, you know, actually being a bit of a faster clear than Zac, might be able to somewhat keep pace with this Rengar. But if they lose track of this Rengar, if he gets that early lead, that's going to be bad times for Swinburne.
Oh yeah, if that Rengar can get some early stacks on the Bone Tooth and starts getting ahead, it's going to be rough for the Swinburne team. On the other hand, you know, Swinburne's the J4, you know, J4 Yuumi, they're all very strong picks. In Malphite, early Malphite is actually relatively oppressive at points. I don't know if it's going to be oppressive enough to, you know, counteract the Wukong, who is designed for that, but you know, there's a potential there for some back and forth, you know, trades in the early part of top lane. So I'm really interested to see how this game's going to go.
Yeah, I'm super interested as well. I feel as if for the New South Wales side, they're really banking on win lane, win game in this one, because while it's great and as scary as this team looks, if they fall behind, it's going to be a struggle for them to fight back. Really, they're going to be almost relying on the Syndra at that stage for the wave clear, as well as maybe getting some pick opportunities. But the same can almost be said for the Swinburne side. Granted, they have a little bit more late game insurance. You have a front line with J4 and the Maokai. You have Twitch, who can actually just rock a team fight. And along those lines, I feel like team fights, especially later in the game, are going to be more favored for Swinburne. And this is more that team style. They want to go late. They want to turtle, scale, and then win with that 1 or 2 big team fights and take the game over that way. So I think we're going to see another quick start for the University of New South Wales. The question will then be, can Swinburne recover from it?
Yeah, 100%. I think that both bot laners who have been picked are, you know, they're showing what their team are going for, and it is that they want to get ahead and they want to just win the game. So if either of those ADs get behind, or the team gets behind and they have nowhere to farm, it's going to be really rough for either the Vayne or the Twitch to get themselves back into it. Twitch is probably in a slightly better position with the, you know, more wave clear, for etc., you know, more AoE, able to do what he needs to do, whereas Vayne is pretty much stuck to single target, you know, bursting down some minions as much as possible. But if Vayne is able to get ahead in those team fights, we've seen the Vayne before just walking down the backline, getting quadra kills, you know. It's brutal. If Vayne can get some kills under her belt, she is a scary, scary carry.
Absolutely. I have to agree. And again, especially if, you know, New South Wales starts to snowball in this one, it's going to be really hard for Swinburne to bring it back. But that's been the Swinburne specialty, and that's kind of why I'm really excited about this game in particular, because finally it does appear as if we have both the teams kind of playing more to their strengths. That first game, Swinburne was trying something different, and you love to see something different, especially in a series where you have that cushion to do it. It didn't work, so they're going back to what is tried and true and works for them, and that is some late game scaling. Let's turtle, let's then win that fight, and then let's win that game. New South Wales, however, they like to play through their jungler. Mincam, one of the stronger junglers in this tournament. Funny how I kind of write the top 3 junglers around the top 3 teams in my eyes. But I feel as if each of these teams, this is the game that they wanted to play. These are the team comps that they properly wanted, and now we're going to see a true test of strength for each of them.
Yeah, and this is going to be, you know, Swinburne has to play very well in this game because this is their last chance. Effectively, if they lose this one, that's it. They're out. They're not going to make it to the finals, so they really want to get this win, at least to tie up the series, so that they get another chance to try and do what they need to do. As we're going to get into game right now onto Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, and once again, Swinburne grouping as 5, actually, and going to the top side of the map. Now, last time this did work out for them. They were able to get that flash away from Ozo, which did help GP get an early lane advantage. This time, however, while getting a flash would be important, I don't think it's quite as important. And as a result, you actually see Swinburne not pushing for as hard of a deep invade. In fact, if anything, they're kind of just sitting around and waiting to see what New South Wales will do. If New South Wales is going to try and poke forward and get a deeper ward in. That said, though, because of the positioning of New South Wales, they should actually be quite aware of one of 2 places where Swinburne might be, and they are not taking risks.
Yeah, based off the first game, they already know that Swinburne is... Ooh, Ozo standing on a ward there, but they already know that Swinburne has, you know, shown the initiative to take those early fights, to, you know, go for those cheese level 1s, so I think they're fully aware of that fact. I'm surprised Ozo is still there, you know, maybe trying to get some cheese out, but I'm interested to see how that's going to go, because potentially he could get some, you know, screw around there, but if not, that could be, oh no.
Oh, this is a very late invade, but Swinburne's actually prepared for it, it looks like, and we could see a level 1 fight right here. I don't think New South Wales was actually expecting the topside start out of Clouds, and as a result, they invade, but they're going to back out. Now, this is so warded up that Clouds should be completely aware that Mincam is still lurking, and that is why he's not starting this red buff. Mincam, on the other hand, should be watching this and actually sees Clouds kind of back off, and he's going to get that red buff for himself, and Clouds already behind.
Yeah, that's really, really good for UNSW. They're managing to bully Clouds off his own red buff with support. So that's really, really good for UNSW. They're getting that early. Ooh, Mincam.
I think he's still there.
Oh, he's there. We got baited again. Most baited.
Yeah, that was bait. That was disconnect bait. Clearly
DC bait.
Yeah, DC bait. Now he's fine. He got his red buff, and now he's going to go move ahead and get the other red buff to help secure that triple buff. And actually, he's going to be lying in wait, perhaps for Clouds to push forward. Okay, nope. Well, he'll see Clouds right now. Clouds is going to spot that ward, but could be in a bit of trouble because he is surrounded by Nice Joke and Midcam, and that is just playing the map better. And University of New South Wales get that early lead.
That's really, really smart, you know, putting the ward there, because they knew that Swinburne had warded up their red side, so they warded up their red side, knowing that, hey, Clouds probably wants to try get that red buff at some point, try to deny the buff, or he might even just push in to get some vision. So really, really smart there by Nice Joke as well, just moving around the behind. So even if he was able to get the flag and drag out, he gets taken down, as we see potentially the level 2 cheese coming in from Twitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is Swinburne actually getting a little bit desperate, trying to get something right back right now. They needed to get this kill because that is a lot of experience lost, but they're just going to give up on it right away as Gussinator arrives, does a bit of poke, and walks off, losing out on a bit of farm down below.
Oh, no.
Swinburne... Okay, they're going to take the safe path. Gussinator did go up through his jungle just in case Midcam would be lurking, but I'm very curious about that roam. It really felt like a long shot.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, I think Pinch might have just pulled the trigger a little too early. You know, revealed him from stealth by using that Q. So unfortunately, you know, Nice Joke was able to get out, but I don't think that was the right time to go for it. There was no prio as, oh no, this looks bad.
This actually could be a very dangerous dive. Granted, you are diving against a Twitch Yumi. It's not the easiest dive in the world. Teleport is going to go out. Gussinator is not condemned into the tower, so the dive will be aborted, but it could be too late as Thida teleports on the scene, gets the flash out of being abandoned. That condemn is going to connect into the wall. The ignite is dropped, but the heals are there to keep Thida alive on the back end. Gussinator also quite low, but is still returning damage onto Batty. The tower doing work. In the end, no one dies, but a lot of low health bars as Gussinator, looking for that last pop, is going to decide against him.
Yeah, no death there, but a lot of summoners used. If you look for the side of, well, both teams, everything pretty much gone. Nice Joke managing to retain the TP for the moment, but other than that, that was an absolute bloodbath, as it looks like UNSW is still going to try to find something here.
Oh, this would be a very ambitious push forward right now for Gussinator, and I don't think he's going to go for it. Nice little scouting play by Pinch right there. Midcam, though, still looking at a potential dive right there. Drops the bola, but it's not going to connect. I kind of want to go back to the first blood, because I still have points about that one, and I still have some questions about the Swinburne side. I know it's a while ago, but between that and the roam, the reason why I'm questioning Swinburne's mental right now is because when Clouds got jumped upon, where was the communication from Thida saying, hey, Nice Joke's not here, do not go in, do not go in? Nice Joke wrapped all the way around for that play. And then you follow that with Gussinator with that odd roam towards the mid lane. I feel like Swinburne, their communication's starting to break down, and they might even be panicking a little bit. And it's way too early to panic. You're still in this game. It's still under 6 minutes.
Yeah, you're still in this game. You know, the first blood, you know, whilst not ideal, isn't the end of the world. You can pull back from those first bloods. So I don't think they should be, like, maybe as worried as they are, but at the moment it's, you know, it's not looking great as they keep going for desperate plays that aren't working out. And the problem with that is the more desperate plays you make, the more you lose in the long run. You know, they lost a lot of XP on Gussinator there when they went up for that mid roam. You know, it's one of those things where the more desperate you get, the worse you're actually going to make it for you.
Well, what they do have going for themselves right now is a nice push down below, and with Dragon up, you would think Clouds would actually try to use the spot lane prio to get said Dragon. You also have mid lane prio as well for Swinburne, so I'd like to see him make that move, but if they're going to do it, they have a small window to do so, because being in Bandit is going to quickly get that priority back, and Clouds now roaming down, going to go ahead, sweep it out, and it looks like Swinburne are content to start this Dragon, and I doubt we will see a counterplay.
We may see some kind of counterplay, whether or not it's going to be able... No. They don't have any vision. There's no way they can push up there safely. I thought I was going to see a push up from maybe the Lulu Rengar, but pings were coming out. They didn't know where they were, so it was not worth it as...
Oh, this is the roam that you want to see, but it's a nice scatter of the week to just stun the Gussinator back. Good reflexes out, a nice joke, and, well, Twitch content to walk away from this one now, so I'm starting to see more roams. I like that one a little bit more, but unfortunately you don't really want to go 1v1 against a level 6 Syndra when you're a level 4.
No, but I just want to turn our attention to the top lane. GP holding his own quite well up in that top lane, if not taking some advantages at points, but we said this was going to be an Ozo dominant lane. But, you know, Malphite, like we said, able to take those trades pretty well, so... Ooh,
well, let's hold this thought right now, because also looking for the 1v1 right now, has the second Cyclone and will be able to shred GP down. Flash is not going to be enough to save him, and Caster cursed him.
I'd like to make a
kill for Ozo.
I'd like to make a formal apology to Swinburne. I did not mean to curse GP there. If I said nothing, he probably would have got the kill. I apologize full-heartedly. Yeah, that's just straight caster curse. I'm like, hey, nothing's happened. It's 8 minutes in. Nothing's happened top lane. Let's, you know, give some credit where credit's due. And as credit is given, I think it's regenning.
Oh, is it?
I think
oh, yeah, it's regenning.
Yeah, he picked it up as it broke aggro.
An attempt was made.
No, it was close. The W was just a little bit late there, unfortunately, as... You know, this is what we were talking about with Twitch, the strength of Twitch. He can just throw that W down and clear a wave instantly, whereas Batty's going to have to wait for the lane to push into him.
Yeah, Batty is content to just sort of farm under tower in this one on this vein. I mean, look, everything is kind of going University of New South Wales way in this. They did lose that first Cloud Drake, but if we're looking at those skirmishes, if we're looking at the golden lane advantages, if you are a fan of this blue side, you are sitting pretty happy right now. The Bramblefest will help against Ozo. Actually, it will do quite a fair bit to help against him, but I still feel off of that solo kill, things are going to be going the Wukong's way. He did use teleport to get back to lane, however, so we won't be able to see too much bot side pressure. Perhaps this Nice Joke's teleport is also still down. Maybe a play could be made, but even then, you're tower diving against a Lulu Vayne. That's not the easiest tower dive in the world, so for Swinburne to find any sort of advantages, they're going to have to start to get a bit creative.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to have to start getting a bit creative, but not creative in the, you know, in the... Oh no, Mincam. Mincam going to go for the...
Oh, this is the hungry Rengar, and he's already looking at that rat, and then maybe... Oh, actually, a Victor's nice as well. Metal is tasty, but it actually starts to bite back. Mincam going back in because Nice Joke has the Scout of the Week on the backside, only connects with Clouds, but Thida is already cut down. Batty did a majority of the damage before Nice Joke stole that away, and that is a return kill. Well, kind of a return gank, I guess, counter gank. I don't know what you want to call it. Call it a kill for University of New South Wales' favor.
Yeah, and Nice Joke has been playing incredibly well there. Look at the mid lane with the 20 CS advantage, in the mid lane and 2 kills now. So he is in a very, very good position, shoving in those lanes, getting those plates. And this means that Nice Joke has that potential to roam and just delete people off the face of the map.
Yeah, that's going to be something that Swinburne's going to have to be cautious of, because there are 3 juicy targets for Nice Joke. Really, a lot of times, though, it will be 2, where you hit that full combo on Gustinator or Thida, they're going to go down. That's just the reality of it, especially when you take a risky pick like Twitch, a bit more feast or famine, and he hasn't had that opportunity to feast. Those couple early roams into the mid lane were not successful, and now he is starting to feel the failures of the past, as he is already sitting about 15 CS down. It's going to equalize up a bit, at least until Batty gets back to lane, and it's going to be tough for Gustinator to fight back in this.
Yeah, no, that's not what he wants to have. And I remember the item that made him so safe back in the day was the, I believe it was the Sword of the Divine, which was the best item to build on Twitch early, because it gave you that attack speed and an on-demand activate 100% crit chance for like 7 seconds. And that thing was the best item for Twitch, because it didn't matter if you were losing lane slightly, you had the potential just to go for those fights and you would always win them.
Oh, that's an unstoppable force into the Flag and Drag. Ozo's able to dodge it out. Doesn't have flash available, so Cataclysm will be used to secure that kill. He did get 2 ultimates, so a small victory maybe, but he does die in the process, and Swinburne wants more. Here is that roam, and this time it will be successful. The final chapter in the Gravity Well, holding Nice Joke in place as he will fall.
That's what we wanted to see. That's not a desperate roam. That is a calculated roam. They combine their abilities. They know what's going to work, and it works out for them. So that's what we need. That's what we want Swinburne to do more of.
And the timing's really good as well, because Infernal Drake has just spawned. You'd have to think that's going to go Swinburne's way with 2 kills back to back. However, no one really made a move for priority. Clouds actually instead tried to help shove in the top lane, but they didn't even get plating for it looked like. So a little bit of a delayed reaction times in terms of playing the map, and they might lose out on the Dragon after securing 2 kills.
Yeah, they very might just lose out on it here if they are not careful. They've got to be very careful here, otherwise they're just going to lose out completely.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for Swinburne. For University of New South Wales, though, they're able to get something back, and that kind of does keep, I feel, the advantage still rolling on the blue side's favor. They've stopped sort of an early Dragon Rush, and now we will be seeing a Cloud Drake in this. My personal favorite Drake, not sure it's the favorite of the rest of the teams, as everyone's kind of gathering in mid lane right now, so we could be seeing another fight. Swinburne trying to stop these Herald charges, but it looks like Shelly's going to go ahead and get that second charge off, do a good, nice chunk of damage to that mid tower. Swinburne, they're starting to get a bit more proactive, but we still need to see a bit more from them.
Yeah, we need to see a little bit more coming out of them here. Unfortunately, not enough for, for that advantage to come down. They're only sitting 1 kill down, but the advantage that UNSW has currently is just much bigger than it would seem. Big fight going on in the top lane between Ozo and GP here. GP looking like he came out a little bit worse for wear than Ozo, the Conqueror, and the Bilgewater Cutlass going to heal him up real quick. GP not having those luxuries.
Nice Joke as well was actually trying to invade, looking for a possible tower dive, but did spot Cloud, so we'll be backing off for now. As it looks like University of New South Wales, they really want to get this bot tower down to kind of free up Batty and Vegan Bandit to start putting pressure in more places on the map. With the mid tower already down, University of New South Wales wants to start turning that into more jungle pressure, into more of that side lane pressure, and we're starting to see that with some of these roams. However, with all that pressure on the bot side, it does open Thida up to look at top, and he thinks he has the jump on Ozo right now. He's going to go ahead and use ultimates, but Ozo will be able to just flash safely over the wall and get out of that one. Still, another tool gone for the Monkey King, and that could turn into a kill later. Nice Joke actually looking to invade and punish at the moment.
Yeah, trying to get some, pressure down, but may be able to catch Thida here.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage actually going down on the Thida. The full combo is not enough to secure the kill. Thida did not have flash available at the time. It's only just coming off cooldown now. However, Gustinator looking very juicy right now, and we know cats like to eat rats, and Mincam is on the hunt. Teleport coming through, but it's going to be too little too late as Gustinator will fall. Pinch going to try and buy some time, jump onto GP, and that was actually 2 teleports. They really want Mincam dead, and Mincam's like, all right, sure, I got a kill. I got 2 of the most important summoners in the game. I'm happy with this. It's a 1-for-1 at the end of it all.
Yeah, Mincam is well and truly okay with that trade, as they get the trade for the tower in the mid lane and the only 2 teleports on the side of Swinburne. So a kill and 2 TPs for a death, that is more than worth.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be super worth for them, especially in about, I don't know, 2 minutes time when that Cloud Drake gets on the map and Swinburne going to be 1.5 teleports down. I would say Nice Joke's teleport might actually be back in time for that as well. And that's just going to be so much map pressure in the favor of the University of New South Wales. You'd have to think they're going to be able to secure that next Cloud Drake. At the moment, though, they're probably going to look to shove in those side lanes to further establish control over that Dragon Pit. And New South Wales, they're actually content to start choking and start bleeding Swinburne out, and maybe even get some kills if they overextend too far. Gusinator in a bit of trouble, has to burn Flash, but it's not enough. He will get shot down as Batty starting to push this Vayne further ahead.
And this is what we talk about, the strength of the Vayne. If the Vayne is able to get... That was the first kill, but with 1 item and that CS advantage alone, Batty is able to just clean up Gusinator as this tower is going to fall. And I do not think that Clouds can afford to try and fight this.
No, I mean... Clouds is actually weak in this matchup, and there's a flank from behind as Nice Joke connects with the Scatter of the Weak and drops the combo on Clouds. Pinch, stuck in a pinch, will fall as well. Batty's going to go ahead and get that kill for himself, and Swinburne, they're starting to collapse as more members step up, and they're just going to get cut down as well. Thida trying to escape, but won't be able to, or will he? He's buying time, but you can only buy so much before Mincam will feast. Thida falls, 3 kills in favor of the University of New South Wales, and now they can get that blue buff that really kind of started it all.
Nice Joke has been incredible on the roams today. He has just been everywhere that he needed to be behind, everyone he needed to be behind. And Mincam at this point is just doing some ridiculous damage and consistent damage, just jumping onto everyone, getting some advantages. Batty as well, picking up another kill in that fight. He is going to be a scary, scary carry.
And it's at this stage of the game where you have to go back and think about how critical it was that Swinburne was able to get that first... Oh, Gus, why are you pushing forward? You should know better than that. They're not resetting. They want more kills. There's a dragon on the map. That was a bit of a mistake from Gusinator. Cats do eat rats, but as I was saying, that first dragon was actually super important because Swinburne, they want to scale, they want to delay University of New South Wales as much as possible by getting that dragon that does kind of extend 5 minutes on the Dragon Soul counter, but with how frequently they're starting to bleed kills in gold over, it might not matter as this scaling turtle strategy is starting to fall apart at the seams. Now, there still is ways for Swinburne to sort of turtle it out and survive and really make this game last, but they're just making it so difficult for themselves right now with walking down lane plays like that.
Yeah, walking it down into lane, you know, at this point, they're trying to get as much CS... Oh, Nice Joke, they're potentially in trouble. Oh!
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, but you do have the final chapter just sitting in the bush, and Nice Joke needs to be a bit careful right now. Thida has a lot of damage, but the cavalry has arrived, or rather, the cat with big, sharp claws, and he's starting to work on Clouds, forcing him to go golden. Here comes the unstoppable force, but the damage is not there. The Cyclone's going to buy time. The Gravity Well will hold Mincam in place. Do they get the kill? Yes, they do, but at what cost as the second Cyclone, again, is being put to good use. Cataclysm holds his own team back. He cataclysmed them. The fake, and Nice Joke has arrived. He's able to stun everyone with that Scatter of the Weakest. Thida's trying to escape. One last auto not needed. Is actually the Q that gets the kill. But here comes Gusinator. He's going rat-a-tat-tat. Nice Joke with the poison does survive. As on the backside, Ozo rejoins the fight. Finally, the poison does its job, but it's not going to save Swinburne as the ace will come through for the University of New South Wales.
The ace coming through, the triple kill onto Ozo there, just cleaning up through the back line. Clouds ulting the clone of Ozo there as they turn their face towards Herald because Baron's not even up yet and they're cracking on the inhib door.
They are cracking away. Knock, knock, knock. Here comes New South Wales. They're also going to be getting a Rift Herald as well because when you want to use a battering ram, sometimes you want some like Eldritch Crab Abomination thing with an eye on its back. That gets the message across. And they're going to go ahead and secure that as well. As we watch this replay, it was just flank after flank that really broke Swinburne down. And now it's just gone from bad to worse to catastrophic for the Swinburne side as they are about 10k gold down. However, they might have a big baddie with the wild growth who's going to try and survive. The teleport's going to come in from behind as well. And those health bars are quite low. Yes, Batty has gone down, and now Ozo actually might be stuck out of position as well. Mincam's going to do what he can. He'll cut down GP as Ozo able to escape, at least for now, but there's really nowhere else for him to go. The gravity well does slow things down, but there's no mid tower, so Ozo can walk down that lane. Thaida is a fast one. He's looking to chase him, but he can't chase too far because Mincam is still doing work from up above, nearly able to take out Clouds as the final chapter will stop the rush, but it will not stop the snipe from Nice Joke as he is able to get himself a double kill. Both Clouds and Pinch falling along with the inhibitor as the base has been cracked open. I believe we might be saying Shelly drop. Yes, we will. New South Wales, they're going to try to end this game. More siege happening in the mid lane. Ozo going deep, drops the Cyclone, holding Thaida in place. You can see the glitter lands doing damage, but they turn it back around. Actually, it's rat-a-tat-tat. Black goes Ozo, and Swinburne live to fight another day. Nice Joke running for his life. He will get shot down as well, and somehow Swinburne survive.
Somehow Swinburne survives there, but Nice Joke, just the ulti before death one-shotting Gussinator there as we're continuing the fight.
The teleport leads to a pick as well. Thaida did teleport on to cut off any escapes, and with the use of the Unstoppable Force as well, they find one more kill on mid-cam. So that will cut the 10k lead down to 9k. Still, things are very dire for Swinburne, but they're still alive.
They're still alive there. Unfortunately for UNSW, Shelly did not get the second hit off GP, hitting it before it went down. Watch the ulti. By Gussinator, you don't get to play the game today. So that just shows you how strong this UNSW side is that they can just delete the carries off this team whenever they want.
Yeah, they're content to do that time and time again. I mean, Nice Joke, 8 kills in this game. Yeah, he's died a few times, but I don't think he cares that much when you can just, like, go like, oh, hey there, Gussinator, how you doing? I'm just going to push this. You know what a pirate's favorite letter is, right? Well, it's the letter R. I'm going to push that button right there, and I'll see you in about, like, 40 seconds or so.
Exactly.
It's just not good. It's not a good day to be on.
That's the struggles of a carry when you're like, oh yeah, I can do it, and then another carry's like, I don't think so, and they just remove you from the game. I also just want to point out, Vegan Bandit with the 0012, he has been doing incredibly well in just the game in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Vegan Bandit on these Enchantress supports has just been a rock for the University of New South Wales all throughout this tournament, as well as Mincam, as he may have caught another one right now. You can see the final chapter trying to turn things around, and with the Cataclysm, again, the turtling strategy from Swinburne starting to come through. Another over-aggressive push is punished for New South Wales, and they want more. Gussinator looking for the flank, still has Pinch on him, and Batty's in a lot of trouble, has to flash back, but is trying to turn the damage around. Not quite as Thaida was able to get that kill, or rather Gussinator was, before more damage was being thrown from up above. That's where Thaida found his one, and now Swinburne, they're looking at a Baron. This is that turtle comeback. This is that late game scaling starting to come into effect. Thaida wants one more. Nice Joke is going to go ahead and push that R button, but not enough damage is there. Gussinator will pull off the Baron to help secure that kill, and now Baron should be secured by Swinburne, but those health bars are low.
Those health bars are very low, and the damage is there, but it's very slow at that. They should still pick this up. They've got the Yuumi, but the Baron, the minions are just pushing into base, and Ozo is just shoving in that bot lane. You know, they managed to get it up, but that was a very broken fight from both teams.
Okay, so this game feels like it's been going a bit longer than 23 minutes. I thought we'd be waiting until the 30-minute mark until Swinburne starts to find these team fights and come back, but they have pulled their trigger a bit earlier, and it's starting to pay off. Swinburne, they have had so many comebacks throughout this tournament where they look down and out, are able to turtle, and then get one or two team fights, fight their way back in this. Granted, they've yet to get a tower in this one, and while a couple fights have gone their way, it is still a steep mountain to climb, but they're making that ascendance, and all of a sudden, Swinburne, they're back in this game.
Yeah, all of a sudden, you know, Gussinator went from very behind to 6 kills, so he's actually in a very, very good position, so that's a scary, scary Twitch right there, especially when you think about the Cataclysm combo. Like we saw, Mincam got Cataclysmed, and there was nothing he could do but just take the full rat-a-tat-tat from Gussinator. So right now, this is a scary, scary team from both sides.
Yeah, it is from both sides. Like, you can't discredit the amount of damage that New South Wales can put down, but as we saw with that sort of 1v3 attempt out of Nice Joke, he can't really pop 2 priority targets at the same time. He almost got Gussinator, but he actually focused most of his damage onto Thaida, and it wasn't enough to take this Victor down. So you got to be a little bit concerned right now if you're in New South Wales. You can't be going for those hero plays. You still have to play this smart. You still have to play this as a team, and you really need to play around Batty because he is kind of that late game insurance should we get into that position. You have tools to protect him. It's time to use them. Probably look to group and try and end that way, and just be mindful of things like that Cataclysm, like that Unstoppable Force.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the main reason Nice Joke lost that fight anyway was he was a little too antsy on the, a little too trigger happy with the E, managed to use the Unstoppable Force and hit nobody. The second that went out, Fighters knows that he's safe to go in. There's nothing that can stop him from engaging. So he just walks in and, Nice Joke can't really stop him. So in those situations, I think a little more patience maybe. I think maybe UNSW got a bit caught out by Swinburne's, successful fight. And maybe, like we said, Swinburne were a little desperate early. Maybe UNSW just got a moment of desperation and that didn't pay off for them. But at the end of the day, I think that if they group together in a straight front-to-back team fight, I still think UNSW is ahead. The problem they've been having
is things like this. They keep going for these solo hero plays, and Mincam already has to burn Flash, as well as a Wild Growth being dropped by Vegan Bandit. They need to kind of work together in this one, because those are a couple critical abilities and summoner spells now gone from this New South Wales side, and that's going to make it that much harder to siege against the Baron-empowered minions of Swinburne.
Yeah, I think the ulti from Mincam is fine, but do it when your whole team is about to go for the engage. Because the problem you have is, you get the flash out of Gusinator, then what? Then you're out of position, so you have to flash. So it's like the trade isn't really worth it, whereas if you have a team going in, you can pretty much confirm a kill, as Ozo is in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, he was so deep with not a lot of vision right now. Final chapter is going to be used. Nice flash to avoid the Unstoppable Force as well, so Ozo is going to get out of that one at the cost of his flash. However, with a dragon spawning in about 2 minutes, it was actually kind of important that he stays alive right now and kind of keeps that pressure there, because that will be a Dragon Soul fight that University of New South Wales wants to win.
Yeah, no, they really want to win that fight if they can. That Cloud Soul is going to be very, very important, especially just on the, especially when you get to late game where you're just trying to choke out Swinburne. And Swinburne doesn't want that to happen. They do not want to have to turtle and then get out-rotated and lose that way. They want to be able to just try and keep that fight going as long as they can. The ult CD would be great for Swinburne too. They would love to get that cooldown increase. So we have a pause coming out.
We have a pause. Hopefully it's not too long of one. We have seen a little bit of disconnecty issues happening before, so hoping this one will get resolved closely. Hello, everybody. So we come back to us. Very tight game. And I don't know what it is about pauses, but a lot of times after pauses, games tend to end quickly. That doesn't bode well for Swinburne.
No, if you're looking at it past games, yes, it does seem that after these pauses, something gets fixed, and then the teams go, right, let's get into it. Let's get back into the fight. And yeah, in the current situation, that does not look good for Swinburne if they are the ones to get jumped on. I think Swinburne has a very good guerrilla teamfight team. So they're, those picks that they're getting on the side where, one half the team is going around this way, and then you've got, Gusinator, coming from behind. That's really good, but in a straight front to back, which is what UNSW is going to be trying to push, I kind of like UNSW right now.
Yeah, University of New South Wales, they still have a big advantage. Obviously Swinburne, they're in their wheelhouse. This is what they like to do. They like to turtle. They like to come back. But a lot of times that works against, a lot of the teams that did make it to these semifinals. University of New South Wales did. And last time they played New South Wales, they did win the game, faster. When I say last time they played, I mean during the season. They did win the game much faster than this. But Swinburne wasn't able to successfully turtle, and the lead was very similar to what we see now, and New South Wales were able to close it out. And where they sit right now, they still are in position to do so again. However, Swinburne, I don't know, something about this team, every time you start to count them out, they just fight back. And that's the scariest thing about this team.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing in here. They're going for more hero plays, and it's not going to work out for them, so they end up wasting another ulti. Yes, it's on a short cooldown, but it's still a resource that they don't have. Whereas Swinburne is now pinging for that dragon to get prepped ready so that they can, contest it. So right now, UNSW needs to not be blowing ultis, especially on the jungler, on potential, yes, they could have got a pick top lane, but it was such an unlikely event that there's no point really risking it. Whereas now you've got to roam. The TP has to come out to get even near the dragon. So
yeah, there's a lot of TPs coming out right now as Mincam looking for that engage. He will get the ultimate back, I believe, just in time for this fight if it's extended, but he does not have it yet. 2 Cloud Drakes, not really enough. You kind of want 3 before you use ultimates prematurely, and Swinburne looking to take advantage of the situation. They're going to go ahead and drag Cloudy out of the pit before starting to wail on him. That's very courteous of him. They're not going to beat him up in his own home, but New South Wales, they're also knocking on the door, and they're looking to charge in right now, and Swinburne, they're looking to back away because Ozo was actually going for a bit of a flank. GP gets right back in this dragon's face, but Batty's getting that damage on top of the force, does connect on the Fade, but the dragon is stolen away by New South Wales, and with the soul, this is the fight they want. Cataclysm does stop Ozo from getting to the back line, but the damage is still there the second it is gone, because here comes Batty, and he wants blood, a quadra kill for this Vayne. It was stolen away by the Vegan Bandit, so everybody in chat, please report him. It doesn't matter. That's the ace. That's the semifinals. New South Wales, they're going to our grand final.
Yeah, I can't see Swinburne being able to put up another fight here. The lane's pushing in. They've got the advantage. That's the Vayne we were telling you about. You know, the second they get that fight that they wanted, Vayne can just sit there and just delete an entire team in a matter of seconds. And the near pentakill coming out for Batty there, showing you just how dominant they were. And like we said, moments after a pause, the game ends very quickly.
Yeah, and it looked like Swinburne might have been able to mount that counterattack, and even the start of that team fight did look good for Swinburne, but